keeping the attitude of gratitude, right? It's a new day, which means it's a new start, which means it's also an opportunity to advance to your higher self. And that's always great, right? So continue to be grateful. Be thankful for the seconds, the minutes, the hours of every single day. Say thank you throughout your day. Thank you to the Most High. Thank you to Spirit. Thank you to the ancestors, known and unknown, who work with us on our path. Be grateful for the angels. And yes, I believe in miracles because I am a miracle. I'm a miracle. There's no way to explain a lot of things that have happened without placing miracle in there somewhere on my spiritual journey. My life has been spared many of times through the protection that I have with the Most High. I call my spirit team. These are my spirit warriors who help me to see things that I normally cannot see in the physical. So they assist me and have always assisted me, and I didn't know it, you know what I mean? Like, as when I go back to being a child, like I didn't know, I just know I was around strange, strange people, you know. But made it to 53. I am grateful. When I tell you I am glad to be back on the platform, I'm glad to be alive, period. You know, if people understood that through your spiritual journey also comes spiritual warfare. And with spiritual warfare, it's usually people who are, you know, in their lower selves. They, you come across their path, you know, to you, you look like someone who is, you know, just a regular person. And I've always said that, you know, even in talking about people, be careful, you know, because, you know, as I've grown older, right? And even with the gossip thing, I, you know, stopped watching it. For those who watch, you know, reality TV, I'm not down to anyone for anything. That's what you want to do. For myself, I have stayed away from it because it's something about speaking over people that you truly know nothing about. Now, I'm not saying you don't know them or know of them, but just in general, people that you think you know, and how loosely you can speak about people, and you do not know who protects them in the spiritual realm. So once I started navigating down that path, you know, I backed away from it because it's not. And again, I used to be in all of that, you know, as far as, you know, watching to see what's happening next on, you know, reality TV when it started or when it boomed, you know. And again, not, you know, down to anyone who indulges in it, you know. I've had my time, so, you know, but I've always, I started to say that, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who protects anyone. And what's strange enough is if people do not speak about the spiritual side when it comes to gossip. No one talks about it. You know, they talk about the person in the physical, who they think they are. And a person could be representing themselves in a way that you think you know who that is. And sometimes you're right, but oftentimes I believe you're not. And you do not know who guards who in the spiritual realm, and you don't know how deep they are in spirituality. And so that's why I say just, be mindful of that. But, as adults, people gonna say what they want to say. You know what I'm saying? But along your spiritual journey, I say that to say, along your spiritual journey, be mindful of spiritual warfare. There's no way, to me, and that you can actually pinpoint when a spiritual attack is going to happen, or when somebody's going to, come after you, or want to harm you. But like I said, these are one of the things that I'm so grateful for, being in spirituality, connecting with my spirit team. These have been things that have protected me. Like I said, I'm the baby to them. So when just don't do it. Save yourself the trouble. And like I said, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to have gone on the path, because had I not, I would not be here. Plain and simple, I would not be here speaking with you about anything. So I'm always going to give gratitude, and always going to big up my ancestors, my spiritual team, because it is a collaboration. I am co-creating with my spiritual team, and I'm going to do separate videos for those as well, for about my stories along my path, about spiritual warfare as well, because it has to be said. It's not a lot of people talking about that on their spiritual journey. And since I've not seen the content for it, I'm going to use my own examples that have happened to me. And again, I hope that whatever truths that you have, voice your truth, speak your truth. It needs to be said, it needs to be shared, because we're not going through this alone. We're not. We're not. It may seem like it, but very thankful, again, that I have my spirit team, and very blessed to have survived all of the spiritual attacks on my spiritual path. And that's something that I am continuing to fight. So understand, when even in the way that I speak now, I notice a difference, because I've survived so much on my journey. And I'm just wanting to share this with you, because I know it has affected not only me, but I definitely do not want others to feel alone on their spiritual path, and I definitely do not want them to stop their spiritual journey, because you're placed here for a reason. Keep going, keep believing in the Most High, keep believing in your spirit team, keep believing, complete your mission that you're here on planet Earth to complete. Peace and blessings. On to the next video.